Asia. So this morning it's already 5:03 a.m. and we are here on live podcast. I'm using the other, how do you call it? The other studio, the other live streaming platform. So welcome to live podcast. No, I'm using Restream, and Restream already sponsored me a long time ago. So at that time it was really good, right? And then StreamYard came and people were excited to StreamYard. But anyway, Restream is still a very good platform to live stream. Only I have to learn a little bit again. And then right this time we are going to have Dr. Terri Levine, and she has been supporting me from the very beginning of my journey in live streaming until today. That's why also it is because of her, and she has already scheduled everything that her working time is like until 5 p.m. Eastern actually. That's why I try to be more flexible and then move the schedule from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. Oh, sorry, to 5 p.m. Yes, a.m. in Bali. So yes, here I am, and let's welcome her to our studio. Dr. Terry, hello. How are you? How have you
Good.
been?
Thank you for
Thank you
working
so much.
around my schedule. Thank you. I'm really happy to be with you
Thank
always.
you. Yes, so every morning now I have to wake up at 3 a.m. and then go to the studio.
Oh my goodness.
But
Well,
you
I
see,
appreciate it.
yes, thank you so much. So it's like this is great. Like people say like yesterday Dave mentioned about remember about the quality, not only the quantity. But this is my way to be to build my own self discipline. You know what I mean? Like it is a great way for me to be persistent and then build my perseverance. And because I was in the adversity, and then also I got some accidents, I was very careful, but it was really funny actually. I run, I like running. It's been a long time that I don't run actually, but then I did the fast running with my friend. She said that I am very competitive, so am I. I am I said like that, and then we run, and then she run very fast, me too, and then we she crossed. Suddenly she fell in front of me, and then I hit her. We fell together like it was in the dark, and then uh, so it wasn't that embarrassing. At first, I helped her because she was in pain, and I didn't care about myself. Right? But then,
Right.
after some days, it was me who was in pain a lot, and to go upstairs and downstairs, I had my massage and everything, but it didn't work. So that's why I told you, like, I'm sorry that I'm slower after some accidents. I had a lot of accidents actually since last month. So
Oh
not
my
only
goodness. Be
falling, the
careful.
other. Thank you so much. Sorry. Okay. How have you been? Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here again on
Thank
my show, live podcast. And then, yes, on the next 100 days, I try to be more flexible this time, not always on the studio, not always with the guest speaker, because I learned from you that, your comment that solo podcaster will give more tips. Of
Yes.
course, for the exposure, it's better to have the guest speakers, right? Guest expert speakers. I'm very happy with it, and that is my style. I like interrogating people. So, but then
Good.
I learned from you that I need to go to solo podcast also. So even though it is on the live streaming with the guest speaker, so sometimes I have to do the solo podcast also. So that's why. But we are going to have the judges from Live Podcast Awards, and then also the nominees. That's why I'm very happy to have you here today, this morning, because you are going to share how live streaming can how do you call it, reach the lead generation,
Yeah.
like
How?
the lead generator, right?
Yeah.
For us, especially to meet our needs or to get our needs or to meet our market. How that is? Would you like to explain now? A lot
Sure.
of questions, sorry.
Hey, I
So
totally.
happy, so excited to have you here. That's why.
It's all good. So, truly mastering live streaming, in my view, is
Mhm.
one of the best ways to prospect because you can generate high quality leads when you're engaging with
Mhm.
your audience, right? It's real
Mhm.
time. You can share your skills, your knowledge, you can showcase who you are and what you do.
Mhm.
And I'll mention three big benefits that I love. One
Mhm.
of them is you've got increased visibility. Like right now, you're streaming on various platforms. I'm streaming this on my YouTube, on my Facebook, on my
Mhm.
link. So live stream gives you a way to reach more people and to increase your
Mhm.
brand's visibility online. The second thing is there is enhanced engagement with live streaming. You can have a
Mhm.
personalized and engaging experience by live streaming and having folks watch in live time. And third benefit of why I love live streaming, it really
Mhm.
improves your trust and your authority. When you can showcase your expertise and address your audience pain points, they will
Mhm.
automatically see you as an expert. Does that all make sense? Does that resonate?
Yes, yes. So it's like the business card to show who you are to your audience and then to your potential clients or, the prospectful
Exactly.
clients, I mean. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And because it's interactive, they can get to communicate with you. You get to, oh, the
Mm-hmm.
other thing I guess I have to mention is you get to choose what platform you like best. Now, Restream,
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. The advantage is you can stream so many different places at once on Restream.
Yes,
So
yes.
to choose, do you want to do Facebook Live? Facebook is the world's by far largest social media
Mm-hmm.
platform. Do you want to use YouTube Live, which has a huge user base and great search capabilities to attract
Mm-hmm.
prospects? Or, not a lot of people use it and it also works, is LinkedIn Live, which builds
Mm-hmm.
thought leadership and connects with professionals in your industry. And again, we can use Restream, which we're doing, and we can reach all of those platforms at once. So just wanted to share
Yes,
that.
that's true. I still have a problem to connect with Facebook, but that is okay because the other platforms also have the same now. Facebook have a bit complicated for the third party, right, to have the live streaming. And thank you so much for the tips, how we can have the lead generator from our live stream. But then, you are the one that I admire. I always look up to you. Like, you have a very strong community. They love each other. Your approach to your community is different. It's not only about business, 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 but you name it, heart repreneur, right? You are the CEO of heart repreneur, and the way you market yourself, there are so many people who show that they coach and become the consultant of 6 7 figures needs or clients, but you never show that. And then this is how I admire you. Also, our sponsor Ann Carden,
Yes.
from Expert in You, you know her, right? And then
Of course,
both
yes,
of you
she's
never mentioned that I am a 6 7 figure coaches and consultant. So how do you reach those people? Because people nowadays are very very attracted to the results in US dollar, I mean, right? Not about how to build the business in the long term, because the trend are always changing. And then also it's not about that only, but the platforms are changing, social media. People are so scared about algorithm, about meta approval, and everything about being canceled or being removed. Also on Facebook, I had it. I had my website blocked on the Facebook. At that time, it seemed that I was the first one, so people were surprised. What happened? What happened? It was very stressing because it was for the awards, Dr. Terry. So, and after that, the people had it also for their event. Well, it was like big, big event. They complain a lot on the Facebook feed, right? And I read them. Now you know it. You thought that I was trained, that I had this problem. No, you and I said like that. So you see, and then what are your tips for that? Because yes, how to put yourself out there in the market, that you become outstanding, like, among the crowd, without mentioning that you are the six, seven figures coach and consultants, but you already coach many billionaires out there. That's why. How do you do it? Please share with us so that we can be a little bit humble. Not a little bit.
So, one of the things that I just don't think is
Mm-mm.
relevant is flashing around how much money you make. You're in the blah, blah, blah comma club. You have a castle. You have a Lamborghini. First of all, no one cares. Second of all, most people
Oh,
that I
really?
no one
Wow.
cares. Most people I know that are successful, and I am friends with a lot of multimillionaires. We all live
Mm-hmm.
way below our means. We're not driving the flashiest cars. We don't live in the flashiest homes because we give a lot of our money back and we pass it forward in
Mm-hmm.
society. So I don't want to work with people who are all about the money. And I don't really talk about the
Mm-hmm.
money. I want to work with people who want to have an amazing quality of life, who just create the most delicious life they can, find their soul purpose, create a business around their sole purpose, and then scale that business. Now, some people are happy
Mm-hmm.
with 50,000 US dollars, some with 100, some with 600. It's not about the money. It is about making an
Mm-hmm.
impact. So, what I recommend is that before you just start live streaming, you develop an engaging content strategy. You think about your
Mm-hmm.
audience. What can I deliver that's going to help them? Me talking about how much money I make, how does that help them? It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Taking them behind the scenes, right? I take them behind the scenes. I let them see my personal life, the good stuff, the not so good stuff, how I live, what I like to do. I let them see the messy aspects of my life. I'm interactive with them, and I care more about in listening to them and being interested in them
Mm-hmm.
and telling them about, oh, look at me, look how wonderful I am. So to me,
Mm-hmm.
it's really letting your ego go and focusing on how can I serve my audience? And it's certainly not serving someone to say, look at me, I have a Lamborghini, look how much money I make.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? Are you making a difference in the world? Are you living your best life, creating
Mm-hmm.
impact and influence? The income simply flows. So I take things on a little bit different than many other people in the industry.
That's true. That I've been seeing that, and that's why the people love you. But then, that it's sim flashing, we call it, right? Makes money faster than we are in the not only personal branding, but also like a professional branding and media branding, like what I'm doing this time. It seems like in your method, or in your system, or in your ways to approach the clients, are through that. How do you want to be perceived by the clients, right? And then also, well, in reality, sometimes in personal branding and media branding that we do is how we make people see us, not the people see us. So what is your strategy for that?
So I learned a long time ago that I always just
Mm-hmm.
show up and I'm authentically me. If you get to know me behind the scenes or in front of a camera,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same person.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask my husband. He's known me since I'm 16. Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, and you've been in Mexico many times, and then you show your apartment building projects. Oh my God! So it's not only about coaching and consulting. You have other business, but you are always seems, how do you call it? You seem always be on holiday. So how do you work? When do you work?
So I work from anywhere because, again, first I
Mm-mm.
designed my business once I established how
Mm-hmm.
I want to live my life. And one of the things I wanted in my life was to be able to live in warm climates. So I live in Mexico 5 months.
Mm-mm.
Another I wanted was to wake up at the beach all summer, so my home in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And the other was to just stay in my home in Pennsylvania. So I
Oh
designed.
my God! No wonder you're always around everywhere.
It's really important. And oh, hi there, Tim. Nice to see you. It's really important to
Hi,
me that
Tim.
you be authentic. You live your life.
Uh-huh.
This is a really important point for you to breathe in. Let people see what you're like behind the scenes. I'm here with no makeup, not dressed up fancy. This is me. I'm working from home. Yes, I know that. It's so cool. It's not a
Oh,
big
Tim also has a new apartment project. You need to work with him, Tim. Oh, sorry, Dr. Terry.
That's
Then-
okay. That's okay. So it's so important to me that you just show up and you be authentic. I want to really mention this though. I had a client the other day say, "Oh, well, I'm so nervous to go on a live stream. How are people looking at me?" I could care less how people are looking at me. I let my ego go. I show up to serve. I don't
Mhm.
care if you're judging me for how I look, how I sound. It's not about me. It's about showing up to make a difference for other people and being authentic. My brand, as you know,
Mhm.
Heartrepreneur, is authenticity, transparency, and integrity. So I just have to show
Mhm.
up and be me and encourage you to do the same thing on live streams. Just be yourself,
Mhm.
be authentic, and share value. That's really what it's all about.
And then some days ago, last week, you mentioned on your live streaming that you change your business. So how did you make that kind of decision? What kind of approach on the new business? What makes it different than the previous one? Sorry,
Oh,
always a lot of questions because it's very
I got
difficult
it.
to have you. You're very busy, so
It's okay.
I put it all at once.
I can handle it. So one of the things
Mm.
I busy moms TV and magazine. Wow, nice to have you.
Yes.
So what I shifted
Oh,
to
Alpha. Hi, Alpha.
is creating a shorter program with faster results. So
Mm-hmm.
right now, the program that has been my flagship for about 11 years is a 1 year program.
Mm-hmm.
And I dissected it and I said, wow, can I get people the same kind of result in only 10 weeks and make it a much
Yeah.
smaller investment? And it took me quite a while, a long time to dissect it. Then I tried it with 5 people, beta tested it. They loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And so now Live Well, Earn Well is what I am rolling out to help people design their ideal life and then design their soul purpose business and then scale that business. So it feels so right. And I'm so excited about making
Mm-hmm.
that pivot, making it more affordable, making it much faster results. It just feels amazing.
Yeah, and how do you manage your time? And I saw you win the lottery. Oh my God! Like how do you call it? On the casino, 2,000 US dollar. You should
Another,
donate to us. You need to help me to
oh
donate
man,
for live podcast, man. Wendy and Dr. Terry. So
I love it.
it,
So,
it
so
was very funny though to see that. You know what I mean? Like how do you manage your energy to have high vibration like the spiritual coach while you are a business coach actually basically, and then you won the game on the casino, bing 2,000 US dollars. So and it was only with 25 US dollar, right? That you spent on the machine. Oh my
so
God! So
so
a
it
lot
also
of how do you call it? A lot of crystal at home, maybe.
I'll share. So, my friend and I went to the casino, and literally,
Mm-hmm.
the casino gives you gifts. They gave me $25. I played
Mm-hmm.
part of the money, and yes, I did win $2,000. And I posted it just to show people you've got to be in the game. You've got to be willing to take risks, put yourself out there, take action.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you win, right? The way I manage my time is because I've created my life by design. What comes first in my life is family. What comes second in my
Mm-hmm.
life are my client family members, those people that I work with. So I spend my time doing the things that I love and enjoy, going for
Mm-hmm.
walks, working out, my spiritual practice, my community, dedicating time to my foundation for children with reflex sympathetic dystrophy, spending time with my
Mm-hmm.
family and friends, giving a lot to my entrepreneur community here on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And that all of that stuff is what makes up my day. I work about 20 hours a month. The rest of the time I'm living my life and
Only
make
20 hours a month. Oh my
it's very
God.
simple.
And then,
I, I focus on what I need to do as the visionary and CEO. I do not do
mm-hmm.
tasks that a CEO of a major company wouldn't be doing. So I used to love
Mm-hmm.
Jobs. I would always ask myself, would Steve Jobs be posting on social media? No. Would Steve Jobs
Yeah,
or
working 24 hours.
so whatever a CEO of a major company would not do, I do not do. I stay in my lane, I stay in my zone of genius, which is being the visionary of entrepreneur, which is working with client
Mm-hmm.
family members to help them get results. That's it. Everything else is done by my team.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is really, really amazing. And I'm surprised. No, I suddenly connect to Facebook on the Restream where I tried with the team, the technician of Restream. It didn't work, but now suddenly I'm on the Facebook. That's why I can see the comments too.
So let me
And then
share this with your audience because
yeah,
it might be relevant.
yes,
You
please.
can stream easily on Facebook using your webcam on anything other
Mm-hmm.
than groups. If you want to stream in
Mm-hmm.
your group, which I do all the time, then you
Mm-hmm.
have to connect anything, Zoom, Restream, Ecamm, whatever you want to use
Yeah.
by copying the stream on Facebook. And you just go right to the app, Restream,
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm.
and you plug
Mm-hmm.
in that and you stream. So don't panic when Facebook said, oh, you can't stream with third party apps and groups. You
Yeah.
can, not direct with webcam, and you can still
Mm-hmm.
stream direct with webcam outside of groups on Facebook. So just want to drop
Mm-hmm.
that hint in for those of you who like to live stream. You work 20
Yeah.
hours a
Thank you
day? Oh,
so much.
I have to talk. But no, 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 no. This needs to be doing,
No, I
trust.
mean like this one, AFA sponsor us on live podcast awards too. So I hope that your community can uh, join live podcast awards. This is our first awards, Dr. Terry, and it is different because we don't use the voting. You know, the
Mhm.
voting system can be cheated easily. So this is like the real results from the opinion and then also the evaluation of the judges. That's why we can see if you work hard, if you are patient about your podcast and live stream, or if you also have the wonderful team who support you, something like that. So we see your passion in doing your work. Do you love it, or you do it for your hobby or for your business to build the community, etc. So and next year I hope that you can be the judge also if you are not too busy. But I'm afraid that I know
I
your
I would
schedule for
have
that.
fun doing that. I would have a lot of fun doing that. So yeah, let's look at that for next.
Yay! So
You
it is
know I
worthy
love you,
for me now
right?
to ask you because I was really worried and afraid to ask for your help. I know that you are very busy, but
I
then
love you. I
we
love
need
what
you.
you do. I love the value you create. So yes.
Thank you so much for that. And then other questions. It's like, what is your big picture? Because you are already into many businesses, and then why do you still have the people? You know what I mean? I know that the coaching business are not that on the money ways. I know that your property and other business make more. You are already a billionaire before being a coach and consultant. So why do you still have people with the? I know your programs are not expensive and very affordable also. So
Yeah.
why do you do it? It is, you know, sometimes it is very stressing to face the people with a lot of problem in coaching and consulting because many of them are also startup that you have. I see that in your groups also.
Well, I can't help but do what I do. I love waking up every day
Mm-hmm.
and doing this. If I ever stopped loving it, I would stop. However, every
Mm-hmm.
single day I wake up in the morning, I feel blessed to be able to serve the audience that I serve. I have so much more value to bring. I just can't see myself not doing something that brings me so much joy. However, the industry has shifted. I've been in this industry for 30 years. And when the industry
Mm-hmm.
shifts, you have to pivot. So, yes, I'm making my programs more affordable. I'm making the results faster. I really want to help people. And therefore, yeah, do I need to have money to serve my foundation, et cetera? Of course, that's not my primary motivator. My primary
Mm-hmm.
motivator is making an impact. So nothing's going to stop me from what I'm doing unless mentally or physically I'm unable. And that's what I say to
Mm-hmm.
people. That's how you know you have a soul mission. If you're getting fed up and going, oh, this industry is changing, it's so frustrating, I can't stand it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Go, get out, leave. Because those of us who love this industry cannot help but pass it forward. And there is not a day, and I mean this, in 30 years in this industry, where I have said, I wish I was not doing this. I wake up every day and I give
Mm-hmm.
blessings and gratitude for being able to serve. So that's my take on it.
And then, how do you update your skill to the technology and everything, because you are very busy also? And then how do you motivate yourself, because there are so many fields that you need to handle, and you are a very sharp and fast decision maker, and I love it from you, right? So, and then also your team build the strategy that also help the people,
Yeah.
sometimes our virtual assistants, in my opinion, our virtual assistant and the other teams are our representative. Once I refused a female speaker only because of their assistant. Her assistant was very impolite, and then she apologized for her boss or speaker or whatever. But then, it doesn't represent the speaker. So how do you select your team for that?
Okay. So I made a list a long time ago of everything that I either
Mm-hmm.
didn't like to do or that took me away from focusing on my clients and my community.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went out and hired the best people for each of these jobs. And I do mean the best people. I've
Mm-hmm.
had people on my team for 30 years, 27 years, 21 years.
Wow.
And they stay and they're loyal and they love the mission of Entrepreneur, and they're the right
Mm-hmm.
people in the right
Mm-hmm.
seats, right job, so that I can just focus on serving clients. What I'm going to recommend is that if you're listening, if you're watching, you start thinking about the things that you don't like during the day or the things that keep you busy working 20 hours a day. And you ask,
Mm-hmm.
how can I get help? And by the way, if you say, well, I don't have money to go hire people, let me tell you, I bartered in the beginning. There are people that I have on my team that are in many different countries for $3 and $4 an hour US. And then on occasion, I also bonus those members. And if you can't afford $3 an hour or $4 an hour US dollars, close your business, go get a job, because it takes
Mm-hmm.
money to run a company. You wouldn't go open a
That's
store
true.
or restaurant, right? And say, well, I have no money to put in the kitchen or for inventory or to hire servers. You just wouldn't do
Mm-hmm.
it. But somehow people
Mm-hmm.
think, I go into coaching and I don't have to put out any money. What keeps me on track is I currently
Mm-hmm.
have 8 coaches, 8 that I pay. And all of my coaches are very, very high ticket. I have a coach for relationship. I have a coach for humor, health, a strength coach, a speaker coach. I mean, I could go on and on. Why do I have 8? And I have had 8 for years and years, because every day I work on myself. I have to keep my skills better and better every single day. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you asked about technology. I don't learn
Yes.
technology. I don't care about technology. That's not my lane. I have a whole team. They can handle technology. Again, I've got one guy who does
Mm-hmm.
$3 an hour.
Okay.
So I don't have to learn platforms. I don't have to do any of this. The only thing that I study, because I'm a nerd, is I study Facebook algorithms. I have for years. I
Mm-hmm.
love Facebook. It is my platform of choice. And I know the
Mm-hmm.
Facebook algorithms. I know how they change. I teach my client family members
Mm-hmm.
when they change and what to do, just because I'm a nerd about that. You don't even have to do that. You just show up, be the best version of you. And yes, you brought up a good point. We can get shut down for anything on these platforms because they're not, we don't own
Mm-hmm.
it, right? And so you just be as cautious as you can. It doesn't mean you might not get shut down or hacked or whatever. Have a backup plan. I'll share a
Mm-hmm.
quick story. My verified Facebook business page, which was verified authentically by Facebook years ago, I didn't pay them money. Facebook verified it. It was hacked about a year ago now. And even with
Mm-hmm.
Facebook support, it was hacked for 4 months. They were putting up the worst, spammiest ads. It was absolutely horrible. I had a backup plan. I started a new Facebook business page, non verified. I think that actually has more followers than my verified one. And I kept putting out great
Yes.
content. Right. At some point, I got the page back and we move on. So just have backup plan. By the way, we have backup websites. If one of my sites gets hacked, I
Mm-hmm.
can actually replace that site in about 8 minutes. So you have to be
Mm-hmm.
thinking and you have to be a little bit smart and savvy. And I'm not telling you to go get that education. There are tons of people out there that can help you and support you.
Mhm. And then about the needs, let's talk about the needs now. Because now there are so many gurus on YouTube. They mention how to choose the right needs also for your YouTube channel, for example, and also for your coaching program. How do you define your needs actually? Because I learned from some coaches also that it takes time to build our needs. Sometimes we have to change after a period of time, for example, like 6 months, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So, first of all, Busy Moms TV, brilliant. That is why you have your own
yes.
platform. I'm applauding her. So, all right, very simple. This is going to be
Mm-hmm.
very controversial. You're used to me, and you know that I'm controversial.
Yeah,
Definitely.
now I cannot see the comment anymore. Sorry, Afa.
Oh, it's all right. I can see
So,
them. You want to
mm,
go ahead and first create your ideal life and then
mm-hmm,
tap into your soul purpose before you create a niche. And I'm going to tell you a true
mm-hmm,
experience. I created a niche years ago, and that niche was
mm-hmm,
dentist. And I had $88,000 a month of dental work rolling in, dentists who hired our company. I ended up hating working with dentists, hating it, wasn't my thing. I said no. I returned hundreds of thousands of dollars and walked away. That is a valuable lesson. Please do not set up a niche or think about a niche until you have done your life design, then create your own soul purpose. And then
mm-hmm,
all you do is start talking about your soul purpose, and the right people who have a similar soul purpose will raise their hand. Those who are aligned with you, those who aren't will go the
mm-hmm.
other way. So it's the opposite. Most people are like, go just define a niche, go deal with a niche. And don't, I don't do that. I
Yeah,
believe
with the age, with the gender, also, even sometimes very detailed into their hobby and what they do, something like that.
right.
Now I
So
understand. Mm-hmm,
be you, know your sole purpose, not I can make money doing this, that'll be my niche. No, it's got to be lined
mm-hmm,
up with your sole purpose. And that's why you will love it every single day. And that's why people will
mm-hmm,
come to you. They will feel your purpose and passion versus, oh, I'm going to go work with realtors because I heard there's money over there. They can feel that. It's very disingenuous. So, again, I talk about things a little bit differently than many people. It works for me. It's worked for over 7,000 client family members. And I'm happy to
mm-hmm.
share and to help people.
Yes, and then about the team, if there are difficulties in the team, do they have to solve themselves because you are always on a vacation? Or how do they contact you easily? I know that, oh, I'm on a vacation, I'm on my vacation, so don't bother me. I work only 20 hours a week. So, how do you manage the meeting and everything? Because more CEOs I know, they have a lot of meeting. So when the team will do the work, you know what I mean? Like so.
Very simple. I have a simple answer, and this is how I ran corporate America with
Mm,
2,800 employees. I do it the same, even though I
mm,
work 20 hours a month here. Very simple. We once a week have a 5 minute stand up meeting, literally 5 minutes. Everybody's
mm,
standing up on Zoom because I have people working in 9 different countries. And we talk about what is
mm,
working. And then we talk about what the goal is for the week. And then we solve any problems that are in the way. The rest of the week, they are empowered to make decisions. They do not need me. And if you have a team that's running to you every minute, you don't have a team.
mm,
You're a babysitter. So you create leadership by doing great training and then giving your
mm,
people empowerment. And by the way, this is not a life or death industry, right? When I was a speech pathologist and we worked with swallowing, that is the life or death industry. That's very different. Here, if someone on my
mm,
team makes a mistake, oh well, we'll fix it. It's not a big deal. It's fine. So I don't stress over it. I trust the people that I have. They're responsible. They know how to do their tasks, and I don't need to micromanage them. So 20
mm,
hours a month, they self-manage, and I have to say, I'm so blessed. They're brilliant. They're amazing. And they work really well together, and they support one another in getting things done, and they turn to each other if they have
mm.
questions. They don't need me.
And then, would you like it to advise us how to choose your team from the very beginning? Because it seems that you give the freedom for your team to be problem solvers also, and then also to be creative with their ideas for your program. You only mention, this is my program, run it, and then it's up to you how to market it.
So I give my team, first I'll talk about the interviews, but I guess I'll do that second. I just want to say, give my team a lot of
Mhm.
flexibility and creativity. And I have a lot of very young people on my team. And so they'll
Mhm.
come and say, what about this? Have you thought about this? And I'll say, you know what? Try it. I'd like to do this. Do it.
Wow,
My
I
permission.
want to be in your team that way. So, but I'm very crazy. You said that I cannot work for other people with my personality traits. And even you are the one who shit on our interview. You are an introvert.
Right.
Then I was, oh my god, I tried to hide it for many years, and then you recognize it and shoot it on our camera like this. You are an introvert, Sonia. So yeah, I have to admit it that day. Even though I'm an introvert, you know that my public speaking on the stage are much more better than on the camera, because since I was a child and I was scared of camera. But you shoot me like that. Oh my god, I'm dead. She knows I'm an introvert, and she knows that I cannot work for other people. And also, Lauren Clement from Australia, she's also a branding expert. She mentioned, with your characteristic personality, and then you cannot work for other people. You are the boss. You have to stand on your own. You know,
Exactly.
it is very difficult to make money as the boss if you start from the very beginning like me, without joining other people to find the experiences first, right? People usually join other brands to have the experience, while I'm learning by doing. It is real hard.
Yeah, it is, and I tell people, this is a marathon.
Mm.
It's not a sprint. Business is not
Uh-huh.
necessarily that easy. You've got to work at it. You've got to take some risks. However, when I interview people,
Mhm.
we filled a position a couple weeks ago. We had 5 interviews. We had 12 candidates and picked 5 to interview. Before I interview
Mhm.
them, each person has to do a talking to the camera interview
Oh
and
my
send.
god. Uh-huh.
So they send me why they want to be on the team, what they've learned about the company, what their skills are. I'm listening for
Mhm.
how they communicate and how creative they are. Out of the 5 that
Mhm.
came in, I chose 3 to interview. On the interviews, they get 20 minutes. That's it. Very concise. I'm like, okay, you have 20 minutes to convince me why I should hire you and what ideas you're going to bring that are new and different,
Mhm.
and that you don't need to hear from me. And so the first
That's
thing I
the
discovered,
question that cannot be cheated, Dr. Cherry.
the question, what?
That cannot be cheated. You have to prepare
Right,
your
right.
own answer. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? It's not like
I do, I
the
do.
university test or.
Yes. And so I had, one person who had a really difficult time answering. I had another person
Mhm.
that was pretty good, and then I had a gal that blew me away. She's who I hired. She's like, well, one of the things I was thinking you could be doing is, and she just had these new perspectives. Whether we were going to do
Mhm.
that or not, she's creative. She can stand on her own 2 feet. I only ask one other question. Here's a scenario, and
Mhm.
I give a pretty tough one. You can't reach me or anyone in the company. How are you going to handle it? So now I see, are they independent or codependent? And I only hire independent
Mhm.
people. And she was hired less than 2 weeks ago. She is off and running, literally. I can hardly chase after her. She's running so fast, making so much
Wow.
progress, doing so many cool things for the company. So
Mhm.
that's what I recommend. And again, sit yourself in the CEO chair. You do the same when you hire. I love it. We are very aligned. We're going to have to
Three
get to
minutes.
beautiful.
Oh, what is the system of 3 minutes, Alpha? Would you like to explain on in the comments, please? So, what is the 3 minute system that you make to hire the people or your team?
Outstanding. 3 minutes. That's beautiful.
3 minutes. And Dr. Levin, why the others two were failed in your interview at that time?
What was that? Sorry, it cut out for a second.
So sorry, because there were you mentioned that there were 5 people who did the interview, and you asked the difficult question that cannot be cheated. It is about the creativity, and also they are willing to work hard, right? And also work smart. So why the other 2 people were failed at that time?
Okay, so one person had really difficult time coming up with anything
Mm,
creative. So that would be a good person to
mhm,
follow marching orders, and that's not who I want on the
mhm,
team. I want
mhm,
independent thinkers. The second person was good. He wasn't great. He just
mhm,
didn't bring that much creativity and energy. The third person was creative, excited, passionate. She's like, "Oh, you're asking me for an idea? Well, I have a great idea, something I'd love to do for you
mhm,
on LinkedIn. I was thinking about it already." That's what I'm going to hire.
mhm.
Right. Bring the creativity, bring your ideas, bring your passion. And, people typically don't leave my team, and I typically don't need to fire people because I hire the right people that become family,
Mhm.
just like my client family members do.
That's why, because you trust them a lot. And then what I'm curious about is also how to be creative if you are not a creative person, for example, because not everyone is creative with the new ideas, or follow the market, the trend, and everything. Most of us are busy to survive
Oops, I'm not sure if you cut out.
beginning. And also, I think I mean, like, this creativity is really much needed to reach our needs, or to create our market, if actually we don't have the needs that we can imagine, right? Sometimes we need to create our own market to attract the people to come into our program.
So
So would you like to advise us about it?
sure. I'm not that creative, in being very honest. I'm a great coach and a
Mhm.
great consultant. I'm an author. I'm not really creative. I just
That's
talk
why
about.
you hire the creative people.
That's exactly my point. I hire creative people who
Mm,
can do that, right?
mhm,
If you wanted me to make like a beautiful social media post, I'm not creative. I can make a post, so it's not going to be that awesome. So I don't
mhm.
do things that don't come easily to me. You don't have to be creative. You don't have to be the best speaker. I've heard some not so good
Oh, okay.
speakers impact audiences. I'm going to go back
Mhm,
to what I said earlier, just be authentic, and Busy Moms TV and magazine. I have them tell about
mhm,
themselves, their family, their skills, and why they want to work for the company. And that's really what I'm doing
mhm,
on these interviews. Like, okay, why do you want to work here? How are you going to work? What are you going to do? What are your ideas? So again, I don't have to
mhm,
be a creative person. I saw that my team has an email ready to go out. I think it's next week. And the test email landed in my inbox today, and I read it 3 times and went, who wrote this? This is
mhm,
amazing. I'm not the creative person. I write books, I do all of that. So I'm going to say to everyone lovingly, stay in your lane. You need to be the visionary. You need to sit in the CEO chair and do what
mhm.
you are brilliant at. And you need to learn to delegate everything else. Otherwise, you have a hobby. You do not have a company. And there is a big distinction. And right now, coaches and consultants who aren't running companies and who aren't visionaries, they're struggling. And those of us who really understand the role we need to sit in, the chair we need to sit in, we're serving a lot of people and loving our life.
Yes, and then we know that me myself also, that I left the coaching world in, like, for the high performers here, because of the mindset, the belief that influenced by the culture, religion, and something like that. And the international market, I believe, is more modern. But in fact, when I see them, when I face them, it was the same with my imagination, right, Dr. Terry? So what do you suggest to the coaches to create the programs that actually stand out or well thought, of course, besides joining your program to no, just kidding. What
I
I
know.
mean is, like, yeah, because there are so many coaches out there who are struggle, but it seems that the ones who only resell the ebook and also the other platform like Canva templates, they are well sold more than the coaches in making money. So
So,
what do you?
an effective
Mhm,
coach and to make money in this industry, you have to be unique.
mhm.
There are too many people trying to do the
Unit.
same thing. Oh, I saw somebody doing that on social media. I'll imitate it. So and so has a program like
Mhm,
that. I'll model it. And that's why I get back to the point of designing your life and knowing your soul purpose. I don't care what
mhm,
anyone else in the industry is doing. I never have. I don't care what anyone else in the industry is saying. Clearly, I am controversial and stand against a lot of what goes on in this industry. What I do
Mhm.
is come from my authentic place. I ask people, what would you want from me? How could I help you? How could I serve you? How could I support you? Live well, earn well came from me asking that question over and over again to my audience and them saying, I'm struggling, I'm stressed, I'm frustrated, I have no hours, I have no life, I have no time, I have no money. Okay, what if I put a program together for you? Would this resonate? Yes, it does. Okay, then I'll put it together. What coaches do typically is go, oh, I have this great idea. I'm going to create this widget and then I'm going to sell it to everyone. That's backwards. How do you know anyone
Mhm.
wants it? So, by the way, I never even create a program until one person's enrolled in it. So, this week I signed up one person
Oh, okay.
for Live Well, Earn Well. I have four more that are going to sign up. I'll have five. Then I go create the program. In the
Mhm.
meantime, I'm making sure there's interest. I do the same thing with my one of my books. The conversion equation was originally an on Publishizer as a potential book.
Mhm.
70% of it was finished. And I was very clear, I don't have a publisher yet. If you guys want this book and you prepay for the book and I get a publishing contract, you'll get a book. So we had
Mhm.
600 people pre-buy the book. Then I went to a
Mhm.
publisher, went to a lot of them, got the best offer on the publishing contract. Then I wrote the book. It's the opposite. What I see people do is, I want to write a book on this. I'm going to go write it. No one's buying
Yes.
it. So it's a different kind of thinking, and it works. And it really takes away the stress, struggle, and overwhelm in this industry. And I really do apologize. I have to tell you, I have my family waiting for dinner. So I'm going to have to go and
Yeah,
just say,
yeah, I understand. It is almost 1 hour also after then I will it should be less than 1 hour actually. And I'm very happy that you are here. So let's wrap up this. So we need to do the opposite than the common people do, or the industry, or the marketing world do, right? Like we sell our ideas first, whether the people are interested in it or not, and then whether they are going to sign up or not. But if nobody is interested on it, then we have to move on to create another one. Is that what
exactly.
you like
Ask,
to?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ask your audience what they want first, though. Don't create anything.
Mhm.
Go to your audience and say, if I was going to create something, what would you like? If you're struggling with a problem, what kind of help would you like? And that's all I've ever
Mhm.
done in this industry. I've found out what people wanted, then I've enrolled them, and then I've created what they asked for. It's the opposite of what I see most people do. They spend time, money, and energy creating something, and then they walk around hoping that people are going to buy it. And it's why
Mhm.
people are struggling. And we have an easy, effortless, joyful time of having prospects roll in. I call it a conveyor belt of prospects every day, because we know what they want, and all we do is give them what they want.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you so much, Dr. Terry, for all of the tips, for all of the secrets, how to reach our needs and market, and then how can the people contact you or reach you
the
easily?
best the best way, two ways: go to my website, which is heartrepreneur.com, or
Mm-hmm.
our Facebook community with almost 9,000 people just like you. There's tons of value in there. It's not a same kind of community as most of them. It's Heartrepreneurs with Terri Levine, and there's training and teaching and experts. And you can also get a free consult, because, and this is a true consult, not a sales pitch in disguise, because unless you've got your head in the right direction and your beliefs in the right direction, you're not going to succeed in business. So we'll do a consult with you, totally on us, to really help you make sure that you're aligned and you know your sole purpose, and to get through any beliefs that are holding you back. It'll be a major breakthrough, and I look forward to our team or me serving you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the gift for our audience. Everyone can reach you for the gift, right? And then, Dr. Terry, again, it's an honor to have you here today. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
always coming to my show, no matter how busy you are, and always share with us. And then, I love you so much, and have a
Love
nice
you
dinner
too.
with your family.
Thank you. And thanks for getting up so early for me. And thanks those of you who
Thank you. Yes,
Okay.
I changed the schedule. I will be more flexible now in 100 days. I can change the schedule too.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Much love. Bye for now.
Much love. Bye. And then there is Dr. Terri Levine talking about how to reach our needs, right? And then thank you so much again for Ann Carden, the CEO expert in you. I'm going to edit the podcast so that it will be more presentable. I started to love doing this. I was very nervous that, I'm not confident enough to build my podcast. I recorded a lot, but then I delayed them. So this is the time. I want it or not, I have to do it because I have so many podcast experts who push me to do that, and I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of the supports along the way, the help also for sponsoring us, for donating for our show. And then I will see you again tomorrow at the same time at 5 p.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Bali time. And I love you all, and I see you. And please, if you have other question to Dr. Terry Levin, to Dave Jackson, and then also Rob Greenlee, our Hall of Famers in podcasting, who opened our show yesterday, then please mention in the comments. Maybe I cannot see all of the comments on the studio, but I will do my best to reply. Okay. And then I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Have a great day everywhere you are. Maybe you are still sleeping or going to sleep in Europe. And then in Australia, you started to get up and